Hi guys, and welcome to another Elementor video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Well, we're using the free version of Elementor today, and we're going to create some hover effects. We've been creating several hover effects, and the one that we're going to create today is pretty simple, but it's an image to button on hover. So we've got a little image right there. Then when you hover over it, you've got this little button that pops in. And of course you can take your visitors wherever you want to take them. And it's pretty easy to do. So let's get started. I've got the Elementor page builder open here. Let's go to our section. And what we've got here, we've got a section. Inside the section we've got two columns. Actually we've got three columns. I've got one in the middle that I'm just using for a spacer. And the image actually resides in the column, and the button is just one of the Elementor free widgets right here. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to put this in my third column here. And for those that don't know, to add a new column, by default it puts one column in. If you want to add another column, just right click on the dark column one there, add new column. So I added that one. Then you click on the next one if you want to add another one, add new column. And I ended up with 3. Then I just grabbed it, left clicked on the border of one of them and just put it in to where I want it. There we go. Okay. And the reason I'm doing that instead of margins is purely because in some of these effects I've been using margins as part of the effect, so we can't do that. This works just as well. Alright, so we've got our 3 columns there. In this column, I'm going to put this free widget, the button. And there it is right there. And we'll have a picture of the car, more information, more info, whatever you want to put on yours that makes sense to you or your clients. That's great. I want my button in the middle. For the link, obviously you want to link it to wherever you want them to go, more information about this, or to your contact page, or however you want it. Just put your URL of where you want to go in there. If it's on the same site, click the little cog here, and if it's on an external site, you can open it in a new window. By default it opens in the same window. That's what you want for your own site. Now let's style up our button a bit. Going to go to the Style tab, and for the background color, I'll leave the text white as it is. I'm just going to choose a sort of purple similar to what we got there. Obviously you choose whatever works for you. And for the hover color, I'm going to make mine blue. Background color. There's. Perfect. Okay, so when it hovers it's going to be blue, this color, and when they've not got their mouse on it, it's going to be that color right there. Okay, at the moment it's at the top. I need it to fill out all of this space. I could just push it down, but the way I want it to work is if they come inside this circle, or sorry, inside this square anywhere, which is going to be the image, I want this button to pop up. And to make that happen, I've got to give it sort of margin top and bottom, so there's something there for their mouse to hover over, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go to Advanced. Going to go to margin, and I'm going to uncheck that because I only want to do the top and the bottom. I'm not going to do the left and the right. So top, I'm going to give it 200, and the bottom I'm going to give it 200 as well. I think 200, not 2000. There we go. All right. I want to make that button a little bit bigger as well. So if we go back to our style, we've got an option of padding down the bottom of here. Now again, I'm going to uncheck this because I probably only want, say, 20 on the top and 20 on the bottom, but I'll do sort of 50 on the left and 50 on the right. That makes it sort of chunkier button right there. And if you don't want any corners on it, at the moment there's slight corners on there. If you want none, just put 0 in there. It'll be perfectly square. If you want them really rounded, put something like 50 in there, and it'll be pill shaped like that. Just for fun, I'll leave it like that. Okay, so I'm fairly happy with that. Now let's put our image in. Now our image actually wants to go inside the column, which is the dark one here. Let's get my navigator out of the way so you can see. The blue tab for the widget and the dark tab for the column itself. So I want to go into the column. I want to go to the style and background type. Choose a simple image right here. And let's use a different image perhaps this time. Okay, and as you can see, that image must be pretty big because we've only got a tip of it right there. And you can change your image settings here. You can change the position. You can have it center if you want, or wherever you particularly want to watch it, or wherever you particularly want to put it. You can make it fixed, which when they scroll up the page, it gives it that sort of mock parallax effect. I think they call that CSS parallax rather than real parallax. But I'm going to leave mine exactly as it is on the default right there, and also the default here. And size wise, I'm just going to tell it to cover. That way we've got the whole image there, which works for me in this particular case today. Great. So now we're actually going to write a bit of custom CSS. With the pro version of Elementor, I'm using the free version today, you've got a custom CSS box down here, but you can only use this if you got the pro version, I believe. But every WordPress theme, as far as I know, has a customizer that looks like this. To get to the customizer, go to your dashboard, down to appearance, and customize. And just an FYI, I'm using the free 2020 theme today. And down the bottom, you'll see additional CSS. And this is where we're going to write our code. Now my image is not in there at the moment. So let's update. And we'll refresh, and our image should appear here. Just refresh our customizer. And there we go. And to actually be able to write our CSS today, we need to give it a CSS class, this whole little widget, our button widget right here. So if we go into our button widget, over to the advanced tab, you'll see CSS ID and CSS class. We're going to use a class today. You could do it with an ID if you wanted to, but I'm going to use a class for this. And I'm going to call it bthv for button hover. Call yours what you will, just make sure it's unique. Need to update that. Now we've got our class, let's just copy it. Control C to copy. Go back to our customizer and we'll put some code in here. Don't worry about copying this code as I'm doing it. I'll put it below the video and you're welcome to use it. Okay, so it's a class. All classes have to have a dot or a period in front of them. But before I put the class in there, let's give it a title, so that if we come back later after we've written a load of CSS, we can find it a lot easier if we just put a title in there, or if somebody else happens to be editing the site, they can find it. Anything that's written in between the two stars there will not be read as code. Okay, now let's put our class in. So it's period or dot, and then the class name itself. Then open and close some curly brackets. Drop down, and let's think about what we want. Well, we don't want to see this button at all at first. So we just want to see the image like this one here. So we need to tell it opacity 0, semicolon. Opacity is transparency or see-throughness, if you will. 0 is completely transparent, and 1 is completely visible. And you can do increments 0.1, 0.2, etc. if you need to put it in halfway or something. Okay, now let's copy this and create the hover state. Because 0 is going to be invisible, and we want to make it totally visible when we hover over it. And to create the hover state, I'm going to change the opacity to 1, fully visible. After the V of HV, let's put a colon in there, no space after the V and no space after the colon, and the word hover, H-O-V-E-R. And how long do we want it to actually take to go from transparent to fully visible? I'll say about 3/4 of a second. You put whatever you want to, and to make that happen, we'll say, and we want to write this in the main, not in the hover state, in the regular state. So we'll say transition duration dash duration colon, and we'll say 0.75 seconds, which will be 3/4 of a second. Obviously you do yours just exactly how you want to, semicolon. Okay, let's publish this, and we should actually be good to go. Let's refresh the page. As you can see, it's disappeared there and it's coming back. So let's go over to our regular page now. We've got everything saved. Let's hit the preview changes and just make sure it's going to work for us. There's our little red car right there. Then when we hover over, there we go, there's our little button, and it changes to blue on hover. And this should work wherever we hover over it. That's why we added that margin in the first place, so it would fill out the thing. So there you go. There is how to add a button on hover. Or I guess you'd call it image to button on hover with the free Elementor theme. So I hope you've enjoyed that and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.